Nah, one day we'll use your theme song as the countdown. I'll put that on the countdown instead.
That'd be fire.
Uh,
I can't wait to make that new one. But what's up, everybody? This is T. And this is my best friend Keith.
what
This is
up?
Seen It, and we're here to talk about some movies, like as always. But for the holidays, we're going to talk more about Christmas movies. So,
Mm-hmm.
so we're getting into Elf today, guys. Um, I'll be honest. I don't know if it's like I'm not in the holiday spirit or something,
Mm-hmm.
but these Christmas movies have been hard for me to get through. Besides Jingle Jangle, and I don't know why I've been struggling.
Cause ain't
I'm
no
like,
black people in them.
I'm sitting here like, yo, why am I struggling? But I say all that not to mislead you guys. I actually really like Elf just because it's silly. Um, it makes me laugh, and
Mm-hmm.
it's a Will Ferrell movie. But one of his he had some bad ones, but this is one of his better ones. It has an infectious energy from the beginning. Uh, he he uh he acts like a human that would have been an elf, like a human would if they thought they was an elf their whole life. And yeah, it reminds me of like the heyday of movies where like you could have like a genuinely upbeat movie with like I feel like now humor has gone towards darker, more cynical jokes, even in some kids movies. But this one, it's just happy fun. And I remember the first time I ever saw Elf, I didn't like it. I thought
Mm-hmm.
it was too silly. And then but I'm silly. I'm a silly person. So I
Mm-hmm.
watched it again, but with like a genuine open mind, and I was laughing the whole movie. Like just like him jump like getting excited when he saw like the fake Santa to I don't know, just all of Will and I wish Will Ferrell actually would do more movies kind of like this because I know he goes towards heavily on the raunchy movies, but I wish he would do more family friendly movies because like I don't got no kids or nothing like that, but I'm a cornball. I like stuff like this, so uh I genuinely like Elf, but this holiday season it's been hard for me to get through it for some reason. Like I maybe it's because we saw Jingle Jangle, and maybe Jingle Jangle has set the bar so high right now.
No, no.
I don't know what it is, or maybe it's like Keith said because no black people in it. Something's going on where I'm just sitting here like, man, it's hard for me to get through these Christmas movies right now, and I'm in the Christmas spirit. I love Christmas.
Well,
Like I
the movie that we're going to review, I won't say the name of it, but the movie that you started watching and you felt a way about it or didn't feel a way about it. I started watching it too, and it didn't keep my interest either. So, you know what I mean? I don't think it's that. I just think movies aren't good, and you know,
yeah, that's we got to
yeah,
call a spade a spade.
that's how I
So
feel.
so that next one, I'm actually it in a weird way. I'm actually excited for next week's episode, you guys, because I think it's going
Mm,
to be the first time we review a movie that I ain't feeling, and
mm.
we need to dive into some of those. And so sacrifice you guys for you guys for you guys. I'm gonna finish. Me and Keith, we're gonna finish these movies this
Absolutely.
next, and we're gonna have our
We suffered
oh.
through these movies, so you don't have to.
But also, I know this is our Christmas episode, but I got two questions for Keith.
Oh wow.
Um, well, first, what are your thoughts on this movie? But
Mm.
in just a brief, keep because I know we're trying to keep it short for you guys. But did you, upon further review, call back to thank God for the group chat?
I
But
haven't finished it. I haven't finished it, and I didn't
yeah,
put that. I also didn't put that episode out yet.
okay,
Yeah, so
okay.
they don't even know. This is coming out Friday. This
Ah,
will be out as soon as we record this. You know
we're
what I
in the
mean?
future,
Yeah, we in the future and in the past and in the present all at the same
all
time.
at the same time.
Yeah, so y'all don't know how we bringing it. You know?
Heck yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. But what was your thoughts on what was your thoughts on Elf, man?
I feel a little bit different from you regarding this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I did enjoy it. For me, movies are always going to be made or broken based off of how the movie is concluded.
Mm.
And surprisingly enough, the latter part of this movie almost made me cry.
Oh,
I
it
got a little
did.
choked. Yeah, I got a little choked up.
Oh yeah, it does kind of.
I said, "What?" Because they were singing the Christmas song and Santa Claus. I'm like, I never knew that the Santa Claus is coming to town song could give me chills.
He's
But it's kind of
fast.
like it's the same thing that we dealt with in Jingle Jangle, like where this this uproarious or crowd participatory situation where they all have to believe at once. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah, like it's like, oh man, you talk about belief and faith and all of that type of stuff. You gonna take me there? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And then how he's Santa Claus and Elf, they like teetering on the sleigh, and
yeah.
then you know at once this gust of belief just comes and whisks them away. This it's amazing to me, and so
Yeah.
I said, oh man, I like this movie. Okay,
But
um,
what you feel different? I said I like this
yeah,
one. It's
no,
one of my favorite Christmas movies.
so I'm not done. So I'm not done. So
Okay.
I'm going back. So the end was great. The ending was good. It was the ending is what a Christmas movie ending should be like. It is a Christmas film,
Yeah.
perfect in that way. I felt like Will Ferrelled in this movie, um, and that's what Will Ferrell is known for. He's known for Will Ferrell, but I think this was like the movie before Step Brothers. You know what I mean?
Something like that.
No,
Yeah,
I mean
like
no. This movie, no. This movie
2003.
came out in '03.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm
Oh
not
three.
saying it's the movie before Step Brothers. I'm just saying I could see this being a movie where they said, I see you acting like a little kid. Let's really make you act like a little kid.
Extra. Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
I see
So you
that.
had a
Mm.
capacity and the propensity to do this. Let's do this later, right?
To the extreme. Yeah.
Right. So I could see them seeing little tidbits of what was to come. But with that, he kind of jumped the shark, and I like these phrases. So the phrase to jump the shark, if you all don't know, the phrase jump the shark came from the TV show Happy Days. Now, Happy Days was a show that was killing it in the ratings, but the ratings started to slip. And so, in order to try to get their ratings back up, they had a special show where Fonzie literally was riding his motorcycle, um, over trying to ride his motorcycle over a pool with a shark in it. And so that's what the phrase has been coined furthermore to jump the shark, like when it's like, okay, you it's
You got
basically
out
like,
of this.
yeah, it's like for cats that are in the culture, it's you clout chasing. You trying to get that old thing back basically. You jump in the
Yeah.
shark. So you going to do the most extreme thing to get those ratings up. It's like when I'm watching Family Matters right now. I haven't gotten to this part yet, but well, not at this point in my age right now, but it's like when they jumped the shark many a time in Family
They
Matters.
jumped the shark so many times on that show, bro. Like I when you said you was starting back rewatching it, I actually started like cringing a little bit because I liked that show, but then when they start
And
jumping the shark, it stopped
they
making any sense. I was like, bro,
they were teleporting. It was Steve and Stefan Arkell at the same time.
same time.
They jumped the shark quite a bit on that show. So
And
it's
then
like
the
that.
ending.
It's kind of yeah. Don't tell me because I don't remember the ending, and I'm glad.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
glad. I'm glad. So don't
Okay,
tell.
okay.
But speaking, so I'm saying this. I think this is where they kind of jumped the shark for me. Is when it's like throughout the whole movie, it's like, okay, are you acting like an elf or are you acting like a kid? Because we
Mm,
juxtaposed you to these elves, and these elves seem pretty mild mannered,
mature.
and they
Yeah,
seem very mature, and they seem very matter of fact. You seem like the
that's true.
only super jovial one about Christmas. Everybody was like, we got to get these etch a sketches out. You know what I mean?
That's true.
You only made 85. We making thousands. And you know what I mean? Like we got a job to do. We about our business and he just seemed full of the Christmas spirit. Um so
Yeah,
that
that's
made
true.
that you know what I
Dang.
mean? So if for me, if all the L's were like him, that
Then
would have
why is
been
he acting like
that would have
elves?
made way more sense to me. You know what I mean? To me, it did seem like he had some sort of like issue from not having a dad. But he did
Mm-hmm.
have a dad because the elf was his dad, was his adopted dad the whole time. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know where you get this trauma from, like to where you like a kid the rest of your life because all of these elves, even though they shorter than you, they more mature than you.
That's I never thought. I've never thought. I
That
like.
was the first
I've
thing I thought. I was like,
I've never thought about that,
I
and
said
I'm
Will Ferrell is
crazy.
Will Ferrell in this movie.
Dang, you right though, bro. That's
I don't want to change your opinion.
no, but it's a good. That's a good opinion because it's like, wait a second, you're right. He was raised with the elves. The point of the movie is that he's acting like the elves, but the actual elves are
Don't act
like
like how he's acting.
are like about their business, and so
Mm-hmm.
it's more like you're right. He is acting like a kid the whole movie, dude. Like
So he,
my
but so like he did 85 etch a sketches, right? But
right.
uh, um he did 85 etch a sketches in comparison to like their 1,000 plus etch a sketches. But he overnight he transforms his new workplace in a matter of time. You know what I mean? And then he could make. I'm like, so you do work fast, but you're not an elf. You know what I mean?
But
But maybe
yeah,
that was it. Maybe that was it. Cause maybe I wouldn't have assembled 85 etch a sketches. Maybe it. Cause I think when we first said 85, we were all amazed, right? Oh wow, he did 85. I wonder how many they did. And they was like, yeah, we did like 1,000 of them bad boys, like by ourselves, by one each person. And so maybe he's amazing for a human, but not so much for an elf. Um, my other critique on the film was, well, it's not even really a critique. I like when I like when people can hold down a job. He worked there 2 days. He worked there 2 days. I think you know
yeah,
what I mean. Like he worked there 2 days. You saw the Santa Claus situation coming a mile away. But I think it's like this obligatory, like it's this obligatory thing in the movie, right? It's like it's coming, but you also know like it's obligated. You gotta let this happen.
yeah.
You know what I
But
mean?
it is fun when sometimes the movies genuinely surprise you. Because I'm thinking of, have you ever seen 22 Jump Street? Not to go everywhere, guys. Um,
I
have you ever
know.
seen?
Wait, 22 Jump Street?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you mean Miracle on such and
No,
such
no, no,
street?
no. This one isn't a Christmas movie. The 22 Jump Street movie, the one
Not
where
the original.
the new one with Channing
Mm-hmm.
Tatum and Jonah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not gonna give it away, but there's a part in that movie where, like, when I think of comedies laying pieces,
Mm-hmm.
there's a part in that movie where they lay all the pieces, but the surprise is so funny. And I remember literally like holding my stomach
Mm-hmm.
because it was like why but then it made so much sense. And so then you're like you said in this movie, there was like, okay, this is the obvious laugh, but
Mm-hmm.
and I think when I watched it, I just watched it out for some joy of Christmas type stuff. Um, so I like your perspective on it,
Mm-hmm.
but you're right. Like it would be like my favorite comedies do have those moments where it's just like, dude, where did that come from? But it
Right.
makes so much sense, and that's hilarious.
Like,
And
but
I
you,
don't even want
but
to.
I get it. I just wish that it would have been done a little bit differently, kind of like what you alluding to, right? So I
Yeah,
get it. I just, like you gotta do that. You gotta have this dude who grew up around Santa his whole life be in New York and see a fake Santa. You have to have that, you know.
hmm,
But like how it plays out, is like how do you play it out better unless I knew this was gonna happen ish, you know,
yeah.
less predictable. That's the word.
Mhm.
um, I think the female counterpart that he had was a good choice. Um,
Yeah,
um, I think she looks horrible as a blonde. So I'm glad she got out of that phase very fast. It doesn't match her face at all. She looked ragamuffiny. But
ragamuffin.
yeah, but after that, like, that's my girl. That's you know, that's who's that girl.
So Zoe, I can't think to pronounce the
Yeah.
last name.
Shout out to
Zoe,
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, she's dope. Also, if you guys, another movie she's in, 500 Days of Summer. I recommend that too. But
Yeah. Okay, yeah. She's dope. She's like
she's
that.
dope.
She's that offbeat, still quirky, but still attractive. I can see why he likes her type of girl. Pretty much who Jim Carrey's opposite was trying to be in
Eternal. Oh
yeah.
yeah, what she was trying to be. Except she
I mean,
wasn't
she
really
do
that.
it. Yeah, she did it, but like she was super annoying. So I
She
guess it's not
was
the same
she
character at all.
yeah she was she like Zoe's character is like she's all of those things, but kind of likable. She
Yeah,
wasn't that likable. She was kind of like, hey, bro, you might
right.
need to leave her.
Exactly. So speaking of likable, Buddy's biological father, there was
Uh,
nothing about him that made you like him.
no
So
redeeming qualities.
yeah, no redeeming quality. So it made you like, I'm like, man, are you gonna care for your son or not? You know? And so you kind of want that. You like, yeah, sure, be mean, be off put by him at first. I get it. This is a surprise to you. You didn't know that you had a kid. Yeah, I understand all of that. But after that, warm up to him quick, because you did find out this was your son, and you know,
Yeah, we only
become
got a short
likable
run
quick.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't have that long for us to like you, and I never wound up liking him.
And so,
And he
not to
also
keep,
doesn't have a kind looking face.
he doesn't. But I think that could have worked if they wrote it in a way where he became likable.
Of course.
Because there's like I don't know if you guys ever watched Scrubs, but the head doctor on there, he's not very likable at all. But they do such a well job of making the least likable person like oddly likable. Like every time he come on screen, you're just like, oh, here he comes. And I remember one time I was flipping through the TV, and I know Scrubs, so a scene came on that that I've seen thousands of times because it's one of my favorite shows. And my dad hadn't seen it, and my dad walked like this is when I was like in college. So my dad walked by and he saw it, and he was like, he heard the joke for the first time from this unlikable character, and I remember my dad was laughing like tears came. And for me, I was used to the joke, so I forgot that it was a joke. I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, that is funny.
Yeah, you were
But
just used to him being a jerk.
yeah, and so
Mm-hmm.
and so, but I say all of that to say there's no moments where it's just kind of like, oh man, this dude's making me laugh or he's doing anything but being like some sort of grumpy antagonist
Right,
that in the end,
right,
now I'm the power of love.
right. Like you said, no redeemable qualities. It was like, and then he wouldn't even sing Santa Claus is coming to town. Tobias wrote his out. He wouldn't even sing it.
Like yeah,
Speaking,
like it's big song, bro.
yeah, speaking of characters that are always mean and grumpy. John Favreau was in the movie real quick, but he's the director. I love John Favreau.
I do too.
He's
I do
always
too.
playing the guy that is just annoyed by the world.
And
Like
he
you're
does
the
such a well job of it.
like you're the doctor. You're supposed to like be chill about all of this. Like relax. But I
He,
love John Favreau. So shout out to
when
him for directing this film
when he put, and then it's funny that he puts himself as these characters.
as these
Like
terrible characters. Yeah.
it's like it makes me wonder what he thinks about himself. But
It makes me wonder. It makes me realize he's. I don't know why is he so comfortable with playing these characters.
yeah,
Like,
but
are you this person?
yeah, but like he does a great job. I'm instantly thinking because of your background, him being
Mm.
the driver in Iron Man, and
Happy, yeah.
even have him being happy, and he wasn't he wasn't
Not happy
happy.
at all.
Yeah, so yeah, he does a good job. He's
Mm.
a funny dude. But all in all, those critiques from Keith are now like now I feel like I'm gonna watch the movie through a Keith lens. But those are good critiques. I enjoyed that because I feel like I can't wait for him to finish. Without yeah, we're not gonna talk about it. But I agree, all of that. Now, next week we're gonna review Claus,
Okay.
and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it when we get there, guys.
Mm.
I wanted to be yeah. We'll talk about it when we get there. But next week we're reviewing Claus. I'm gonna start it over just to see because I was trying to get through it and I,
You know, let me ask you this. I mean, I know we're gonna talk about it next week, when they hear it at least. But visually, is it off-putting to you? Because sometimes that can turn you off from an animated film, just because of how it looks.
you know what's crazy is when I was looking up like what us movies that neither of us have seen.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first things that popped out to me about this is that people were saying it's beautifully animated,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm watching it and I'm like, man, but I know we're gonna talk about it, but yeah, right now I think that's part of it because like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like a part of me wish I just said Polar Express, but I felt like that's been done so many times.
Mm.
So so Claus, you guys, but yeah, we'll talk about it
Shout out to Gina, who's probably watching this right now.
probably. What's
Yeah,
up, G?
yeah.
What up, G?
And if it's not
Um,
Gina, shout out to whoever is watching right now.
yeah, we don't want to exclude nobody.
Right.
But I that's I what have we been doing out of 10 or out of 5 for the movies? What have we been
Five,
rating them?
five, five.
Out of 5, I'll give. I'm not even gonna lie, you guys. I feel like these first few episodes, y'all guys are gonna get a first. I feel upon Keith's.
I
I'm not
knew it.
saying
I
he.
knew. I knew you gonna blame it on me. You probably
I'm
about
not
to give
blaming.
it
I'm not blaming it on Keith. I'm a
a.
I'm gonna give it an undecided right now and come back to you guys next week with Claus with my
Nah,
answer.
man. Nah, nah, nah. You can't do that. You can't do that. Mm-mm.
All right, so
Mm-mm.
I'll give I'll give it a 3. I think it's a good movie. It's fun. That ending is it rises everything to another level. I will say I probably would have gave it higher before, but now I'm just sitting here like, those things are good. Plus, yeah, 3. I feel like 3 is fair
Three
regardless.
is
So
fair.
yeah, so I'll give L3. Fun movie for the kids. What you give it, Keith?
I give it a 3 too. It's a strong 3.
Strong 3. Yeah.
It's
So
a strong 3.
um yeah, guys. Send us some movies that you guys think we should review. Um, any genre. Not even movies that you love. I like watching bad movies sometimes if they're bad enough, they can be comedies if unintentionally. So
Mm.
so send us everything. You
Right.
got anything you want to say to the people, Keith?
Shout out to everyone who downloaded this podcast specifically, the Seen It podcast specifically. Um, yeah, like I mean, the numbers were staggering. So there's a lot of movie fans out here. So we on the right track with this.
Go.
Yeah, I think that's all I gotta say. Be sure to tune in to Thank God for the group chat. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we got new episodes every week, and I don't think we pausing really for the holiday because shouldn't nobody be going nowhere anyway. And so we'll be here with you for the holidays. We'll drop some holiday episodes for you, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe to this podcast, and also rate this podcast. We got a new setup, so we had all of our ratings got deleted. So if you could do us a favor and go and rate us right now, I'm giving you time to go and do it. So go and rate us right now.
You
Thank
heard
you.
it, man.
Thank you.
All right. I'm TD Witt. It's my best friend Keith.
Okay.
This is Seen It. And peace.
Peace.